Hi everyone, and cheers. Oh, cheers. Fresh hot coffee. And I have got a project started, and I'll tell you why it started without you in a minute. But I've made a little journal cover. Yes, I'm taking a little break from the bead journal. I collaged the inside of this and made a pocket. I collaged the inside of 2 envelopes that have windows, and this is for a little challenge that is over on Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artist Group, which is a Facebook group. I will link it in the description. But I'm making a little journal out of junk mail envelopes, and it's supposed to be a spooky journal. So I have, as I said, this cover that was from a 12 by 12 one-sided, so I collaged the inside and grunging it up a little bit, which you know is not my wheelhouse, but it is today. I did some stenciling. I think it looks really good. So the I don't know what you say, prompt or what you would say, but it is the idea. I think I'll turn this around. Oh, that makes that upside down, so I guess not. That's okay. Yeah, upside down. It's fine. It's fine, Julie. I know what I'll do. I'll do this one this way. We have a little piece. I can trim that because there's another piece behind it. Okay, so why do I have this started? Well, you see, today is October 4, and there was some kind of an emergency check of the systems, and so right in the midst of doing this, my camera, which is also my cell phone, just quit, and I didn't know. Didn't make a noise, didn't do anything, just quit. When I went to check my video after I thought I was done, sure enough, we were out of luck. Okay, so we are to make a spooky project out of junk mail. So I got my 2 junk mail envelopes, and I'm making a spooky little journal, just a little journal. So here's where we're at. So that's when you open it, and then just a page, and then a piece of craft paper, another page, and then the craft paper in the middle, and then a page, and there's a window pocket right there, and then a page, and another window pocket. So I wish I could have the window pockets. Let's see, how can I fix this? What if I did it this way? Even it up, and then it'll be on the other side. Okay, I like that better. There we go. All right, so I just took 2 junk mail window envelopes and I collaged over them for my project. And then again, this was a 12 by 12 that was one-sided that I wasn't too crazy about. It already had that piece of tape on there, which I thought was cool for the whole grungy idea. And so here is my little journal. So we're going to keep going on it. So as I say, Makers in Mixed Media Art and Artists. I'm going to just set the cover aside. I don't know if I'm going to do this side of the cover yet. We'll see. But we're going to start decorating our cool pockets and maybe think about what we want to do inside. All right. I'm going to start by inking up some things, and I've got a couple of stencils here. Let's use this Punchinella and give this some punch. I'm using my Archival. It's the Tim Holtz cover colors, and I'm going into the Vintage Photo And I'm just going to start making some marks. Some of them may be covered up, some of them may not. Don't know. It doesn't matter. We're just making some marks. There we go. Okay, I'm going to grab, I have a stamp with words on it, and this is in French and it's botanicals. This time I'm going in the gray, hickory smoke, and I'm just going to put some of these words on top. So it's kind of like a haunted house kind of a feel. Let's see, was I doing it upside down? I think I was, but it doesn't matter. Yep, good. No, I think I had it right the first time. I just used book page and some parts of a map atlas and things like that. Okay, now for this, we got to think about what can we put in here. Let's see. I have cut out things that are from the kit. Oh, the kit. So the kit is off of Etsy, and the title of it is Haunted Houses, and it is by an artist. The name on it was Lulabelle Stationery. That's it. Lulabelle Stationery. So she's the one that has, let me see. She's the one that has the Etsy store. So why am I going into such detail about it? She had these out there for 38 cents. I downloaded like 3 of those files, you know, the files that are, my words are just gone. I guess I'm just kind of rattled. Ugh. Here we go. So I was looking on Etsy for something that I put in haunted house, and this is what came up. This is one of the pages from there that you're supposed to fold in half for a regular journal, and it's a journaling page. But I've been using bits of that on collage, and I've got this one, and I think I'm going to make a pocket or make like a journaling card. And I'm just kind of getting a little bit of a measurement. Now I didn't, in the video that nobody saw, I didn't put in there like measurements, because it's all going to depend on your envelopes. You know, that's kind of what I was going by. Let's see if I can just give this a cut. Not sure if it's straight, but I think it's pretty close. Yeah, so that'll go in there just fine. It's a little bit wide. So let me see if I want to make it go over as far as it can. It's not really too wide, but I'm going to fold it because the pocket window goes right to the edge where the fold is. So I'm going to go ahead and just trim this up this way. All right, now I realize this is just a piece of paper, but we'll make it more robust. All right, I think that'll work fine. And now I'm going to, let's make another little fold. All right. I'm cutting just on the just on the inside of that. Okay. Yep. I'm kind of in that measure twice, cut once mode. Let's put this on. See if it'll fit on here. Sure it will. All right. This is that map. It's from an atlas, and it's like the really old atlas. And it's the index. Let's get this glued on there, and then I think that'll, you know, make it a little bit more sturdy. I'm going right off onto my little paper here instead of using my glue book, so that's all right. I've started it, so I'm just going to finish it this way, and we can just this paper, it's packaging from clothes that I bought, but it very much is kind of like a non-stick surface, and I just love it. And I got 2 envelopes of it, but I'm just going to go ahead and take this and turn it around. My desk is crowded. Carrie the Crafter has a little table that he can fold up, but he can unfold it and put supplies. It's genius, and that's what I would like to do eventually. I've been looking for a table. I want to just get a used table, but let's put this on here, and then we'll give it a trim. All in good time, right? Can't have everything at once. I have really, my YouTube channel will be 2 years old in March. As I said, this is October. So in that amount of time, a year and some months, I've with saving, I have been able to get a good printer. Somebody gifted me a wonderful trimmer. That was Donna. Thank you, Donna. Those were some of the bigger things that I needed. I mean, I've always had a bit of a craft budget, that's for sure. This is just looking a little wavy to me, so I'm reaching for one of my cards. I have a million of them. I really do. All right, let's grab one from there. Like I don't have enough, but apparently I don't have one out. So, there. I just want to give this a good press. Okay, good. Now, I have a couple of these, which would be fun. Maybe just one. And let's give it a little distressing. And I don't have one of those fancy distressing tools, so I'm just using the inside of my scissors. I've done it before with an emery board too. That works fine. If you have those distressing tools, let me know what kind you have. I've seen a lot of people use the one from Tim Holtz, but I've seen other ones too. So let me know if you have one and which one you like the best. Okay, you just shake the crumbs off, and we will get my little glue book for a change, but I'm going to get some ink, and I'm going to go ahead with the Hickory Smoke again and get these ragged edges to start with. Good. And now I'm going to go ahead and give it a fold here, give it a fold here, another fold here. This was riding around in someone's wallet. That's what happened with this. And now I'm going to just ink up those edges just a little bit. There we go. And we've got one here. And maybe even a tear. ink up the tear. Okay. And where is right here? Now, if we want it to show, let's think about this. About where my thumb is where the window starts, or my finger now. So maybe this one can go right here. All right, now, little something under here. I know. Let's keep this thought going. Vintage photo. And we've got some gray on there too, so. Good. And this is about here. Good. Maybe we'll tear off a little bit of book page or the map. Let's put that there. Let's ink it up. Went back into the gray. Smear it up. Okay. Little glue stick. Oh, it's already open. Beautiful. I like that. What else? Okay, how about one of these little pictures of a creaky old house? Yep, so Eddie at Eddie Makes Art is coming up with our, again, I don't want to say prompts, but just kind of some guidelines for what we're going to do in our monthly challenge for collage. And I thought this sounded so fun that I wanted to do it. And it's obviously time sensitive because number one, it's October, and haunted house, or no, it was spooky, something spooky. All right, I like that up there. We need a little something behind it too. I'm looking at my desk because it's kind of like a use what you have sort of a thing. Eddie mentioned that a few times. Use what you have. So this is a piece from that kit, and I was using it for collaging. Yep, I like that. And this can just be a little journaling space. And I've got the gray on it this time. I'm going over the whole thing. All right. And we'll put that on here. Good. All right, I like that. See, we're going to have that there. We're going to have this wrinkly one over here. And a little something over here. I brought out my things from Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah. And I brought those fussy cuts out, oh my goodness, because they're Victorian, and I thought, you know, and they're going to add just like a little pop of color here and there, here and there. So let's move the glue book. I shouldn't be working right on top of it. But, you know, like, here's a little frame. And that could maybe go here with the lace. And then this here. Oh, I like that. Let's do that. Let's not think about this too much. I like that just fine. Put this here, a little straighter. And let's put a little something in it. A black butterfly. And then put the house, which that is cardstock. So I'm going to use some of my art glitter glue. I just refilled it, and it's a little bit runnier than normal, but the last time I refilled it, it did the same thing. So, oh, you're stuck already. That's okay. All right. Now, I know this is curling, and that's because it's wet still. But when I put this in the journal and all, it'll definitely calm down. All right. Little something going on over here. Let's get... I don't think I want... Yeah, I like this. I'm gonna just, and I'm gonna go in here where it's kind of got a dark space. A little bit smaller. Little down. That looks good to me. Okay. Let's see if we can hit it with this and see if there's any ink left on it. Very little. I'm gonna just a one-time hit there. Okay. Let's glue that on. Oh, use your glue book. So today was that emergency thing, and I don't know, that kind of stuff can kind of, I don't know, can kind of unnerve me a little bit. I'm kind of glad I missed it, because it makes you think about all the reasons why they may want to do something like that, and I really don't want to think about all that. All right, I'm still liking it. But I want to put a little something here. Let's go back into our little kit. I've got bigger pictures and littler pictures. Here's a different house. Let's do that. Gonna rough it up. So will we get done with this today? I kind of doubt it. This works good. Yeah, it does. All right, let's see. Yep, that gave it a little distress. And let's see, what does Tina have in here that we can also use? Like that frame. There's other frames, like this frame with a lady. Maybe she could go on top. Why not? Let's do that. Let's put this one on. Okay. And a little glue stick for this one. So what's on your desk? Are you doing something specific for Halloween this year? I've never been a big Halloweeny kind of person. I just wasn't raised with it, but I just think at the time when I was a kid and all, Halloween was just pretty much trick-or-treating and maybe a little party and carving a few pumpkins just before the kids were going to come over. But it wasn't, you know, the pop-up stores and just all that kind of stuff that goes on now. So many parties and, you know, it just wasn't a thing like it is now. It really wasn't. Well, this doesn't seem to be sticking down here at all. So, can't say that I'm worried about putting another bend in it. But I'd rather it not fall off. Okay. And then I've got some words. And let's see what they say. Screaming, terrified, ancestors, petrified, night sky, creaking, moonlight. Let's do moonlight. Perfect. Let's get some ink. I went into the vintage photo. They already kind of made it a little bit inky looking on the edges, but I'm putting more. Yep. I like that. Moonlight. $0.38. Seems to me to be a lot of work for that much. But maybe, I don't know, you know, maybe it's older or something. I'm going to go ahead and give this another little bit of a, there. Okay. One card, and it's going to go into that envelope. As it's drying, I can tell it's firming up. Look, that looks great to me. That looks great. Okay, what about the outside now? What are we going to do with that? Well, we've got more pictures. We could have a, do I mind if it covers that up a little bit? It's the same people here as here. I kind of like that. Let's do that. Let's do that. I'm going to rough up these edges. Yeah, so Halloween wasn't as big of a deal as it is now. And I've never been into the whole kind of witchcrafty sort of stuff. Kind of scares me, to tell you the truth. But little fake monsters and what have you. I don't know. You know. Okay. Yep, it's going to hang over. I'm going to do the same thing. Give it a couple of bends. And get a little ink. Good. Go around the edge. A little more. If I'm going to change my stride and do some grungy falling apart kind of stuff, then I'm really going to do it. Not just a little ink. All right, let's glue this on, and then I'm going to trim it up. Tell you the truth, I'm having a lot of fun with this. The first part that you missed was great fun. Oh, dear. I tell you. And I'm trying to work ahead a little bit because next week my schedule has changed and I'm not going to be available to make my videos like normal. I mean, it's all fine. It just my work schedule changed a little bit. So that's okay, but I'll keep you guys updated in my community tab thing. Let's get that little bit of glue off of there. And I'm going to give this a trim. I do like decorating, especially this kind of thing, when I have my pages out of a journal. You know, not just on a spooky journal, but just any journal. I find it handier just to have it. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that's one side. This is the other side. Yeah, I find it handier to just go ahead and decorate while it's not in the book. All right, let's get some of this. I'm liking this. I'm just kind of tearing off the sharp edges. And I am not planning on putting a pocket and stuff on every page because I was hoping, you know, maybe someone, like I said, would take photographs of their 2023 Halloween and have this little journal to just kind of have as a little memory book of that day. Yeah. I'm going to go this way with it rather than towards the seam of the book. All right, now close up a few things. Let's get the stamp pad and some of these words. Ground espresso. Good. And now we've got to think about maybe a little something over here. I've got some that are kind of like photographs, like old photographs, like this mama and her son. Yep. Let's get those on there. Give it this. I kind of don't know what I told you and what I didn't, you know, being that I'm doing these videos one right after the other, one that is not published and one that is. So I don't know if I told you something in the one and not this one or vice versa. So if I repeat myself, I'm sorry. It's not intentional, that's for sure. Okay, now, do I like it just like that? I think I do. Ink up the edges. Vintage photo. It is a photo, or supposed to be. Like I said, I printed this up on cardstock just to give it a little different heft. And then maybe a little bit of this in the corner. And And let's glue her down. Well, Eddie, let me know in the comments what you think. This is the first time that we're trying this method, and like I said, I like it. I feel like it leaves room for personal creation, creativity. I'm trying to be creative, and it certainly got me out of my comfort zone, right? But I will be adding some flowers. Yes, I will, because I just have to. So let's grab a little flower for the mama. Yes. And I've got some leaves in here. This is that was my fall collection, the flowers from my summer collection. And let's just ink them up. Going in the vintage photo. Almost can't see it, but that's good. Flower and leaf. Yep, I like that. And there's that dirty old flower. Let's get another one. Different color. And this time I won't get quite so aggressive with the ink. Here. Just a little bit. There. Good. I'm sorry if I'm working off of where you can see me sometimes. Okay. I like that. All right, so now we've got the inside. We've got this too. So now we need to do here and here. Yep. All right. Well, let's start out with a little different. What do you say? How about this? I think, honestly, one of the sprays I used on this is Tim Holtz Decay, and it was one of his shimmer stains, and the mica in it is gold, so it shimmers gold instead of silver, and I just love it. The reason why I'm using my art glitter glue and not glue stick is anytime I try to glue stick doily, I end up chewing up my glue stick and my doily falls apart. So it's like a lose-lose for me. A little glue over there. And let's put her down. Good. Same thing if I try to rub it with a card. Yeah, no. I end up with pieces. But this is just one of those things that was on my desk from doing the leftovers. But I think it works just fine for here. I really do. Alrighty. Now. Let's see. What about, we've got this rose. Let's do that. I'm gonna tear this one up just a little bit more. All the way around. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys put in the comments, because as I say, this is not my forte. This is not what I consider myself good at or You know, it's not where my mind usually goes to if I'm thinking about working on a journal. No, not at all. Okay, I'm going to grab maybe this one. Am I using too much of that? Maybe this one. This one is Hexagon Dreams from PM Artist Studio. I'm going to go into the vintage photo. Yeah, that works. I mean, you guys might be saying to yourself, no, Julie, you don't take stencils and just go willy-nilly over your focal points. Well, how else am I going to make it look kind of grungy? All right, I like that, but I want more something. I'm seeing if I have another. Ooh, he's horrible. Another family. Maybe they need to go down and this one more up. I can make this one even a little bit smaller because they are right at the bitter edge. And I don't want to cover Grandma. Well, maybe behind then. That's what I need to do. Rethink. Alrighty. I'm gonna rough up these edges. Why didn't I rough up the edges ahead of time? Because I didn't know. Because I don't know how to think ahead for this kind of a project. So PM Artist Studios, they're the ones that are like overseeing, they're the administrators of our Facebook group. And that's Mariah and Patricia. Is one fold enough? Maybe even a rip, but not necessarily all the way through. Kind of like that. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to ink that little spot up a little bit. Okay, and let's glue these down. What I like about our group, which I haven't found in all the groups that I've been in before, and I mean, I'm still in some groups, but other groups, but there's no competition. We don't compete with each other. We're friendly. If you ask for an opinion, like some constructive criticism, or where should I go next with this, or I feel stuck, people will be more than happy to help you, but they're kind. You know, you're not made to feel small or ridiculous. So I like that. Friendly group. Well monitored, but it's a friendly group. You do have to answer a couple of questions, and that is because they just are trying to avoid spammers. Now, you're welcome to, you know, talk about your YouTube channel or something like that, but in combination with giving, you know, giving to the group and being supportive. If all you want to do is self-publish, you won't be in the group very long, because they don't want that. They're not just an advertising source. But that said, you don't have to use solely their products before you're allowed to post something, you know, so just be nice, you know, that's all it amounts to. Okay, how about another word? Let's see. Petrified. These people kind of look a little petrified. I know that that's just kind of the way these old photos are. People had to sit still for a really long time for the picture to be taken. You know, the shutters were slow on those cameras. So you couldn't just, it wasn't click and go. And it's hard to keep a smile and not have it get blurry because you moved during the exposure of the film. So that's why I think a lot of times the pictures look just a little bit serious. It amazes me when I see children and babies that, you know, that they're not in motion. All right, we've got that page done. Now we need to do this page. And they're not going to be right up next to each other. I've got some snippets. Hey, let's use this one. Yeah, I like that. Good. And just a little something, kind of like we did with the doily. Maybe a little of this. Maybe instead of a doily. That was not the sponge I was using. I was using a pink one. Oh, there she goes again. Who knows? All right. Use what you have, right? Ground espresso. Can go right over onto the other page as well. I like that. Let's get the, got some letters here. The ink is kind of low on the sponge now, but I like that. It's going to be a little bit more subtle. That looks good. Maybe. Here. I need 2 hands. There we go. And let's go back into the ground espresso and give it some of this. Someone may have had their little espresso cup sitting right there. Sure might have. I want a little more here. We still may need to put a little something else going on. Good. I like it. I do. I'm going to move all these stencils to this side. I've got too much on my right. Okay. What are you? Oh, good. Piece of paper. Now, let's get this on with some glue stick. Let's use the same glue stick I was using. This is a snippet that I made a little while ago. It's on a video on tracing paper. And I like these tracing paper snippets. Again, it was one of those things that was in that tote. It's like I had just finished projects and whatever was left on my desk so that I could go ahead and start another video, they just ended up kind of swooping down. And that was starting to get a little overwhelming. So now let's get a flower. It's got something stuck behind it. This is from a dictionary page and it's a bug. How about that? Yes, I think that's great. All right, I'm gonna put some ink around this, well, on this bug. There we go. And I stuck it fast to the page here. There we go. Maybe pick a less gluey spot. Instead of a leaf, I'm adding a bug. Yep, Where'd my flower go? Just that fast. Grab another one. It'll turn up. Oh, it's right here. Were you yelling at me? Don't blame you. I'm just going to ink on it, but I'd rather not have it stick fast. We are out of ink. There. I just put it on kind of one side. Yeah, that looks fine. Looks grungy. Okay, so we've got that done, the thing that goes inside, and I'm going to put some kind of a pull. We'll work on that thought together. We've got this done. Now, that thing has to, go over. All right, let's just recap. We've got our journal. We've got this page. These pages still need to be done. And we've got our cover. So we can kind of see what this will look like. So here's our cover. We're going to do more on that. Then we've got here. That's a pocket. We've got here. We've got here with this that'll pull out here. And here. All right. Thank you so much for joining this little bubbling journal maker. Please consider hitting the thumbs up, like, subscribe to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, it's a perfect day to do so. I look forward to seeing you in another video. Bye now.